Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be reviewing a Silver Anna. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, that helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, and through that you can see my rates, connect with other people getting coaching, chat about Overwatch, see what I'm streaming, all that good stuff. So I believe you're a 6-stack, so let me just analyze your comp for a second here. Okay. Um, so I know you guys don't have full control. Even if you are a 6-stack, you have to deal with the reality of people's comfortable heroes. This is a poke hero. This is a poke hero. This functions fine in a poke world. This is a poke hero. We generally put you over on Zen, and we'd put this over on Narissa, a ball, something along those lines, etc. But that's fine. Like I said, you don't get full control and it's silver, so there's lots of other things going on here. But if this was a stack, you have some synergy you could lean further into. Yep, take the offensive shot. Good.
Take your medicine.
Good. They're fine. Your Rhine hasn't dropped his shield for a moment yet, so you don't need to be that worried about him, etc. And you've still got half a clip left, so you could be putting another shot or two into this D.Va. Okay, that's fine. You do want to pivot over to your Hog when you get a chance. There you go. Now, what you wanted to do is you wanted to press X for healing as you rounded this corner so that your Mercy would heal you. She should already be doing that, but she can heal you in case there's still fire incoming while you heal your Hog. That way, she can heal you because she can't project her heals very far without going far, while you can heal this. Well, you can potentially peek even deeper and heal your Hanzo over here, all that good stuff. So, that's just one of those things where if you're really on it, you'd just be pressing X right as you rounded that corner. Yeah, not a fan of that nade. I know it's on high ground, but that was still hittable. You just needed to go into your scope earlier.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
I do like that you threw an extra heal at him when you saw damage incoming, even though he didn't need it. That was appropriate in that situation, given you had nothing better to do with your shot. Good. This is fine. Okay, you're here. Are you aware of what's to your left? Have you checked your right? I actually think your right is clean, but are you aware of the Ashe? Yeah, okay, good. Unfortunate. I don't want you spending both cooldowns on that. Hopefully you're just going to hit the shot and save yourself.
It's just a scratch.
Yeah, so you actually would have saved yourself and your team more danger here, and you hit this nade, so you know how much health he has left, and that this Mercy and Zen, try as they might, can't heal him. So this was a time to just nice and calmly zoom in, take your shot at him, he's gone, and then you continue backing out, etc. Even if this D.Va is shooting at you, as you nice and calmly zoom in, take your shot, etc., you have time to take one shot and get out, or take one shot and then break the line of sight. It totally changes the space that the opponents control, and it's very easy for you. You had enough life to play with. That's all. I expect you're going to rotate. Oh, you got knocked back enough by a right click from a hero who should still be alive, that you are going to have trouble rotating right now, aren't you? Okay. You have to reload. It's fine. He's in more danger. Even though he has more health, he's discorded and in more danger. Now, okay. You don't have sleep yet. This is just rough. Now you have nade. A nade at the ground is okay. It might get eaten, but a nade at the ground might be your only choice. Yeah, I was worried because you had the D.Va in there on you, etc. Let me take a look. You might have been fine to avoid that longer.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
No, you've kept him pocketed hard enough, and you've got your Mercy on top of you. You need to break the line of sight, but yeah, that's better. Good. Yeah, that one's not worth the nade, but I get it. Diva mechs exist for a little bit after you've destroyed them, so it can lead you to this, oh, I've got to keep pumping damage into it when you don't. It's already been destroyed and it can't be healed back up, but it can keep taking damage. So be careful about, spending valuable resources into it. Did you have to reload there? That's a reload that you have to do, sure. Okay, you can move left to be changing this angle because you see there's incoming fire on you. Yeah. Yeah, there you reload while the angle's closed. 11 shots, 10 shots. This is a reload that hurts you. There's someone up top who needs your help. There is potentially someone here who you might have angle at if you were zoomed in. Let's just look at him for a second to see. He can't see either because the fire strike's in the way. You had 10 shots left in your clip. There was someone up here. I get that you didn't know that, who needed your heal. And there was potentially a shot over there for you to hit. This was a needless reload. And while you're reloading, someone goes down there. And you feel the need to use your nade. And you don't even get the reload because you cancel it with your nade, right? You're still down one. How are we going to use our nano? Are we comboing with Hog? Are we nanoing Rein? What are we doing? We're up one. We'll be up two in a second. Okay, you are looking to use your nano. I don't think you need to anymore. You're thinking about your rotation here. You're trying to make sure you don't fall behind. Yeah.
Watching your back.
Okay, you're just opening it to hit the sleep dart and then you're going to close it again, right? Yeah. No. Don't re-peek while discorded. Don't re-peek while discorded. So you're in exponentially more danger peeking while discorded. You're peeking at a very predictable angle, and you're peeking to where your Hanzo is already standing. So damage that is meant for him is potentially going to hit you instead, and again, you're discorded. So this peek wasn't worth it. You just needed to go, oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to play over here, and I'm going to have to heal my Hog instead of my Reinhardt. If you did want to heal your Reinhardt, you delay just a second. You have nano. You can go, hey, I'm going to delay just a second, etc. Let this discord. Maybe Zen will get antsy and put it somewhere else. Maybe Hanzo will move out and be in a slightly different place, so eyeballs will be on him, etc. You're peeking into a very predictable angle where someone is while you're discorded. You need one of those situations to change to justify this, or you need to delay just a second or two to the point where the calculation changes and you go, hey, I have to do this because it's going to save my Reinhardt who is in range to swing at someone with nano. You can get, and that's fine. You can peek late and nano if you fall behind on your Reinhardt here, as long as he's going to have a target to swing at.
You're powered up. Get in there.
So, let me understand this nade a little better. I'm just trying to understand what you were trying to do with it. Was it for the baby diva? Is that what was going on?
You're powered up. Get in there.
I like the nade for the baby diva better than the nade for the already destroyed mech. I do like that. But if we look at this, you actually already see the Transcendent. So you could. If you hit the baby diva with the nade, that's okay. I'd want you to sort of check over here. Is there a bigger nade that you can hit that's more important, etc.? Because that would be very good if you got one on, say, this Mercy, etc. But Mercy's not on your screen and you haven't turned to check. A nade on the baby diva is okay. I mean, she's not in the trans and you can probably get her, your team, if they want to, before the trans gets over to her, though that's a close one. No, if they want to, the trans can definitely protect her, but they probably won't because they're going to be worried about the dragon. I'd have wanted your nade to go over here, but I can live with this. It's a shame that you missed, hit the tree, etc., but that's mechanics, so I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I expected that to play out, where the Zen is going, no, I have to trans the dragon, as opposed to coming over for the baby diva. Which is part of why I wanted it to go elsewhere. Why do you think your Rein needed that? Your Rein is very low health, but his shield isn't even cracked yet. And there's no Rein swinging at him. There's no Brig swinging at him. You hear a D.Va macking, so the D.Va will start shooting at him. But the D.Va's going to take a good 2 seconds before she's doing meaningful damage, and you have 11 shots left in your clip. You can just tunnel heal him back up, I promise. Now cracks are beginning to show up, but I bet that shield still has at least 1,000 health. At least. Let's go see how right or wrong I am. Okay, so 600 health, so I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Those cracks are a little deeper than I thought, but that's still plenty for you to go, hey, I'm going to fire 2-3 more shots into this guy. You don't need to be committing nades yet. And if you do want to commit nade because you're worried a D.Va's going to show up in his back, you'll hit the back of the D.Va and the Rein with your nade when the D.Va shows up. I miss when Reinhardt shield had 2,000 health. That was amazing. Clearly I haven't recalibrated properly for the new and unimproved one. No, don't reopen this. Don't reopen this. They don't need your help, and you are very squishy. If you are reopening this, you want to make darn sure you're keeping your hog between you and him, and you're just going to sort of go, hey, I'll be pumping shots into my hog. But honestly, you want to be going over here where you can close the angle completely. Your Rein and hog can totally handle this very poorly used soldier ult on low ground here, but you do not want to expose yourself as a target and let him get value taking you down. So you want a hard left over here.
This will help. Do something. I will keep you healed.
I get why you did, but you didn't have to reload yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
you look tired.
Little slow on that, but that's fine.
You won't regret it.
I don't really like you peeking here yet. Yeah, we're going a little wild with these reloads.
I have your back.
Just swing left and heal your hog. It's fine. Okay, so I like that that nade was offensive in nature. That is very good. But this was a retreating team, and your team is sort of retreating too. So we're not really going to see follow-up even if you did hit this nade. It's not really going to lead to your team getting an elimination or anything, and it puts your nade on cooldown for 9 seconds here. So you do want to sort of, nade a team that your team is pushing into, nade a team that's pushing you, nade a team when your team has angles on them and can potentially finish them even if they try to go bind cover. Just something to think on. So this is fine. You would generally slide a bit more over here where you can still see the team. The Reinhardt shield is more between you and that. I'm a little worried about that McCree on high ground. I'd like you to close that angle. But okay, you went for the sleep, missed it. Now you're going to hit the nade, and that's probably going to get Zarya and your... didn't quite get your Hanzo because he leapt away, but you're going to pivot and heal him. That's fine. Good. You can get bind cover easy. Yeah, exactly. You just close the angle if you don't like it. There's less people that you can heal, but you can still do work from here. No, that one needed to be on you, and you didn't need to. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So if we relook at this, let's take a look here, because you're probably thinking, hey, did I fall behind my team too far here? Is that why I can't get work done? The answer is probably not, but let's take a look so we can review this for you. So here you are. We look at their team, we see that they've got Zarya D.Va set up, only one thing that can really dive you, and 2 hit scan. Okay, that's fine. So when you're playing into double hit scan like this, it's going to be about, hey, they've got good poke, I want to be able to heal my team from a place where I can heal my team, but they can't see me. We go over this again, you know there's a McCree up there, you've seen him twice. You do this, you are here, you're going to take a shot at your Hanzo. And if you take damage while taking a shot at the Hanzo, so be it. You're going to dodge the self-destruct. They don't need your help right now. Those are 2 meaningless shots. Now you can pivot up, and you could shoot at the D.Va, but your priority is actually to pressure out that McCree. He's a little more annoyed by taking damage than you are. He's not like Soldier. He can't drop a health station. You don't like taking damage because that potentially leads to a situation where you've either got to get your support to come help you, you've got to find a health pack, or you've got a nade, but he doesn't have that nade option. So he's a little more annoyed by taking damage. So at this moment, the right thing to do for you to be able to stay in this fight longer is actually for you to go, hey, I've got a priority of just checking that McCree by putting 1 shot into him. If you put 1 shot into him, he's going to go get the health pack. And then you can continue healing your team while he goes and gets the health pack. And then he's going to come back and try and put pressure on you again. And then if you can put another 1 shot into him or 2 shots into him, he has to go, well, now what do I do? Do I risk going down trying to continue to challenge this Ana, or do I pump into the team here? Remember, your weapon doesn't just heal. It's very good at healing, but it can do damage, and a little bit of damage pressure on targets before they are able to threaten you does a very good job for making them then not able to effectively threaten you. It would be the same thing with hitting a Genji when they're, halfway across the point before they get to you, or a Tracer. With a McCree, you can't hit him when he's halfway across. You can't hit him from outside of his effective range, which can be good with your weapon, but your key is to hit him before he starts paying attention to you, so that he goes, oh, okay, well, if I force this duel, I'm already behind, etc. So yeah, he had the thought a moment before you did. In fact, you probably reacted to him having the thought. So you can either go get a health pack, or you can keep this angle closed and sort of just do a little less. So there he is. He's right above you. So now your options have been forced, and you're going to have to nade. But this nade had to be a self-nade. I'm not trying to encourage in general self-nade use, but self-nade use, you do have to do it if you get into this type of situation. So, good habit that you're trying to use your nade either offensively or on other people, but he was very clearly shooting at you when you didn't have any options in terms of cover you could take from his new position.
I'm escorting the payload.
Oh, you were checking for the high noon. Okay. I mean, it was going to be very unlikely that that dropped to the left there, and that can be a quicker turn and turn back, but that's okay. So this push is over, so you should get out. Push is still over. Okay, so you heard him land, and you don't see him on your Hanzo, so you should know that you need to turn to look into your Widow. You can hear it to your left now. Close the angle. Close the angle on these guys. I don't mind you, doing the thing we talked about, but now because they're shooting at you, etc., you close this angle, and the only one who can see you is Winston, who can't get to you.
Going. Need healing.
No one can hide from my sight.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Okay, you're going for the nano. I can live with it.
You're powered up. Get in.
Trying to transition to here. The problem is your team hasn't earned this space yet. I get it. You're thinking, hey, I don't want to leave my Reinhardt behind. This is a situation where your Rein is in too deep. Your team hasn't really earned this space. Their Winston's here, their D.Va's here. There's too much stuff behind your Reinhardt. In a real scenario, how you're trying to play this is your Reinhardt isn't going to go in this deep when there's stuff behind him. He's going to go, okay, let me get this stuff in front of me again, and my team can extract these things, push them out, and then I'll continue pushing forward. But that's okay. Let's get a clean reset. Not quite sure what that was about, but we can live with it. Yeah, so I don't love that you're firing from the same angle as your Hanzo here. If you do want to go, hey, I'm going to get some threatening damage, etc. If your Hanzo's firing from this angle, you could go, hey, I could peek from this angle, unpeek, check if my team needs heals, peek from this angle, etc. Really, it's more on your Hanzo and your Widow to be taking different angles. Now you don't have the Widow, but, you know, something to be aware of. This, again, goes into the I don't want you peeking from the same angle that other people are when you can avoid it. It's like when you walked out into the same angle your Hanzo was on. It's fine. This was not a reload. This was a put one more shot into your Reinhardt situation. So I actually think you want to be playing here right now, not here. Like, I can live with you playing here, but you remember, we had the situation with the McCree earlier, and I can tell that your team is going to advance. And when your team advances, you know, you're going to have to go, oh, I'm here. Ooh, I don't really like being here, etc. Whereas if you're here, a little better. So you want to think about, hey, should I be transitioning to here by now? This is an okay time to use a nade. You simply don't have an angle on them. Okay. Good.
Blocked by the dragon.
Good.
Initiate.
You're keeping up with your team hasn't really been a problem. You've been using your sleep a little more than last time, though we don't have a ball, and we were talking a lot about ball specifically last time. The reloads are concerning me a little bit. You are actually losing out on some healing with those, but we'll see how this goes. That may or may not end up in a category of important things for you to work on. It's important, but it might not be high enough to be what you work on next.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
There is missing some health. You could have hit that, but okay.
Don't worry, my friend.
I have your back.
Great idea. Oh, unfortunate.
Take your medicine.
Fine. Good. Why did you self-nade there? There was a better nade to be had.
Take your medicine.
So this is fine. Your Ryan goes down, and that's unfortunate. I don't think you're missing meaningful health. What were you, 157 or were you 200? Yeah, you're 196. I'm not going to swing at you. That Reinhardt's asleep. That Reinhardt's still asleep. Yeah, you're at 191? Yeah, I don't think you needed a self nade there. I think you could have, honestly, you probably just wanted to hold that nade to heal you a little more as you were trying to round the corner, etc., and it had taken a little more damage. Yes, I'd prefer an offensive nade, but you were in a situation where you probably needed it to get out.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
Enemies detected.
The payload
It's
has
fine.
reached the checkpoint.
You know what, let's get back in
I'm not ready to hang it up.
one more. You dropped, that's unfortunate. Does this just all unfold because you dropped? You've already lost your Winston. Farfair hasn't been able to do as much work as she should have been because she was missing health for too much time. You're on your Rhine, and you do what you can here. I'm not sure why you're walking forward here. That's actually a bit of a mistake too. Like, this is just going to take you longer to get around. You can have stayed right here. If you wanted to swing wide like you did here so that you had a better nade opportunity, I'm all for it. That's fine with me, but there was no reason for you to go forward. That doesn't make it meaningfully easier for you to hit a nade, for you to hit a sleep, anything like this. You can heal, or you can support this fight just as well from here, but then get out faster. Okay. We'll jump back up to where you were before now.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
Enemies detected.
Yep, back out. Good, good. Zoom on your soldier because he's about to be silly. Yeah. Do notice that your diva took damage.
And how could they limit?
Yeah, a little slow to notice that she took damage there, so you were always playing a little bit of catch-up. She's wrong to have gone back in like that, like she did, but... Good.
You're going to be okay.
So that nade I'm fine with. Totally fine with that nade.
This will help.
Why are you reloading at 7 ammo when your Reinhardt's critical? You're wasting part of your nade's duration. Your nade only gives him increased health, increased healing received for so long, and you're wasting part of its duration with a reload, and you're also reloading while he's critical. This is painful.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, so instead of him being at 3/4 health or more right now, he went down to 20% health and he started jumping backwards. He could have been swinging with his, slightly enhanced state, etc., but instead he was backing out. Okay, are you gonna turn this back around with a Nano? Nano is the better ult. Okay. It's unfortunate. We used all of our ults at once, but we didn't combo them particularly well. Okay, so yes, Nano Visor is a better ult than just Nano Reinhardt most of the time. I don't think your soldier was in a great position to do much with it. I would have much preferred him on high ground and you guys coordinating, so I don't particularly mind this, but you guys did just use 4 ults without really a coordinated plan. Sleep it, sleep the fallout. Okay, good.
Everyone heal up.
Go. I'll keep you healed.
I'm on fire.
Good stuff. This positioning is fine. If you look at their team, however, this team does not have very good access to high ground at all. So if you, this is generally true that you'd want to play up here, but if you go, hey, we just wiped them, they're going to take a little bit of time to come back, you have time to go up through here, etc., and decide, I want to play from here. I want to play from here. You can still drop and be in your old spot and it doesn't cost you anything, but you have a little more control of, hey, I can see the battle a bit better, I can drop more effective nades from this angle, I can peek and take shots at your backline, etc. Yes, you have to respect their hit scan, who can look up and take shots at you, etc., but that's fine. They can look up and take shots at you. You can just close the angle. If you take some chip damage, you go over here and press X, and your Mercy comes up and heals you. Your Mercy can function almost as well as you from up here, and she can function even better if there's a U up here that she can retreat to at any time. They don't have any sort of Winston or Diva to jump up on you there. Yeah, you did specifically mention that you didn't know what to do about this, so let's take a look. Not sure why you're reloading here. Again, this is a 5 ammo reload when your team is about to potentially have some meaningful damage incoming. You get away with it in that your team hasn't taken serious damage yet, but that's not really a habit you want to be going through. So the Zarya just kind of shows up on you, and basically what you need to do is you need to immediately put a shot into this Zarya to see if that brings out a bubble. If that brings out a bubble, okay, great. Now you need to survive for 2 seconds before you can sleep him while trying to get out. If it doesn't bring out a bubble, well, you probably don't have time for another shot, so you're going to be trying to get out, but you're also going to look for, hey, can I hit a sleep on him? Can I hit a nade that gets both of us, etc. So you do go for the sleep. You miss the sleep. That's fine. Let's watch through this a little more. You're a bit far from that cover, but your positioning wasn't wrong. You weren't wrong to be up here. Self-nade? Okay, so not sure why the self-nade didn't come out. The actually self-nade while standing in the healing station is pretty darn strong. You guys could have stayed here for quite a bit and been pretty powerful, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Like, you guys might have been powerful enough to take down this duo pair that's fighting you. So, not a big deal. Your positioning wasn't really wrong here. It's not like, oh my god, why were you here rather than back here at this corner? No, you were right to be here with how this fight was going until the grab came out, and I don't expect you to be ult tracking or anything like that significantly at this level. So this was not a positioning error. The error here is, hey, you missed your sleep dart, and then you didn't get your nade out, and I don't think you realized this health station was down. Those were the errors. But not a big deal. That's it's not a common thing that you're going to run into. Oh, this grab, and now I'm going to run right past it and go do that. That's not a terribly common thing.
My servants never die.
I mean, I'm not saying it never happens. It does, but you're much more expected from that positioning of your team to be the one they go after. Yes, there is a certain meta thing that can go on of, okay, let's grab the tanks, let's eliminate the non-tanks, and then let's finish off the tanks because we'll get a bunch of grab charge back after the grab is over. And they're worth more than the non-tanks. But that, you're not really worried about that yet. Good effort. Fine.
Get back in the fight.
Reset all the way back to your spawn. You haven't earned this space. You can't enforce this space. Yeah, you can't enforce this space. Press X. Good. You did need to. You didn't need to use that nade. You could have just shot regular shots at him, I promise. He wasn't in danger. There you go. Okay, so the better combo is going to be the best combo of the things you have available is the Nano Blade by far. I was saying, yeah, good job to nanoing the Reinhardt because it was totally fine to go Shatter, then nano or Reinhardt for follow-up because that was enough to win the fight. You simply didn't need any of these other ults here. If you were only going to spend 2 ults, yes, your best ult combo was Nano Blade, but after the Shatter came out, nano onto the Reinhardt, that's fine. If you had any inkling, if these two had said, or either of these had said that they were going to use their ult after, and your Reinhardt had already used his ult, you just want to hold your nano for the next fight. Because what's about to happen here is you're winning this fight with 4 ults that you definitely could have won with 2 ults, and now you're going to have no ults for the next fight that comes up. Or maybe you'll have Val.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so that team kill gong might sound cool, but it actually isn't very good in this case. You've got no ults on the board. And they're about to grab you.
Come here and get stabilized.
You can play from here. It's okay. I'd actually prefer you're playing a little more here-ish, where you can go, hey, I can heal my team, etc. I can close this angle. You know, here-ish is fine too. I can play with my team. I can close this angle. If your team is set up like here-ish, really, usually your Reinhardt would be about where your D.Va is. You'd play back here. You could play back here. That's not as good because your transition takes quite a bit of time. So, like, here-ish is about where you'd be looking to defensively play, or if your Rein is going to more aggressively enforce this, you can slide out to here and then be able to back up like that, and as the enemies get closer, you start to go, hey, back up here, etc. Okay, if your Rein's going up there, that just means you're playing a little more down here, and this becomes the cover that you're using, etc.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'd be worried about your Rein rounding that corner, so I'd be scooting into the left a bit more.
Enemy contact.
Okay. Your Rein's not going around the corner anymore, so you're good. Perfect. You're nading to try and hit the Zarya and the grab. Unfortunately, it was a little too deep. The hill makes it hard, and because it's a little too deep, it got nothing. And you got dragged into the grab. Yeah, that was just a depth perception issue on your grenade. Not a big deal. But again, they had grab and your team had nothing. And that was because you guys used 4 ults in the previous fight.
Ready for battle. Attackers in. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
Not a big deal.
The barrier.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Get back in the light. I require. Feeling sleepy.
Good. It's fine.
60 seconds remaining. My team still needs me.
We still need you. Payload move once again. Barrier in place.
Sleep him. Yep. Go for it. Okay.
30 seconds remaining. We're running out of time.
Did you need that reload? Yeah, you probably did. That's fine then.
30 seconds remaining. We're running out of time. Everyone, attack.
That was a pretty low probability sleep over there. Okay, so you at this point you are going, how can I possibly get enough ult charge to get Nano, and what can we do with Nano? That's how you're thinking. Now I get it, you're down to 5 players. This is probably not going to work, but you're thinking, how can I just get Nano out? Like, I got to get Nano, and I got to get it out on someone that I can get any value from. Your Hanzo's down, so that's probably going to be a case of just throw it at your Sigma. Yes, there's the argument for, yes, let's throw Nano on the Valkyrie Mercy and have her go Super Saiyan 4 and just eliminate everything, but she's already too deep into her Valk.
10 seconds remaining. You're powered up. Get in there.
I hope. This will be great if she does. No. Sadly, as I said, she was too late into her Valk. Okay, is this more 5-player time? Okay. I just don't care, but at the same time, there's no time left in the match. So, hey, why not? And this is Zen. I'll let the viewers see what happened. No, keep it on the D.Va. Yep. Discord? Gotta get the Discord out. Do you hear the Reaper? Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. Let's just get to our Ana again. Okay. So definitely seen some improvement. More, a little more willingness to use the sleep dart, etc. Again, we'd specifically been talking about ball last time, and we didn't have a ball to play against here. But what I'm looking at is, yeah, you have some consciousness of, hey, I need to know where the fight is going to play out, and that's good, and I do see that's developing nicely. I don't think you're ready to abandon thinking about that, but that has leveled up. So you might go, hey, it's time to work on the next bigger problem, and then at some point in your future, you're going to go, okay, now I understand this better. Now I need to find the next level of, mobile positioning to keep up with my team, etc. What a bigger issue right now for your team was, hey, you guys had some ult economy issues, etc. But for you particularly is going to be some of these reloads are costing you. Like, you are losing uptime. You have a little bit of, hey, I'm pumping shots into a full health Reinhardt who's shielding when I don't expect him to suddenly be taking damage, like because a Rein or a Briggs is shooting at him. But the bigger issue, and what I'd say your focus on between now and your next review, should probably be being more aware of when you're reloading in times that don't actually justify the reload. Like, you're going, oh, hey, I just threw a nade at my Reinhardt and I have 7 shots left and let me reload. That was one I pointed out that was particularly egregious, but there were at least half a dozen of them. And you might not feel it, but they do cost you. In the Reinhardt example, your Reinhardt backed off rather than staying in and swinging. And that backing off, cost him some, cost you guys some positioning, puts you a bit behind in the team fight, etc., when you totally had the shots to keep him up to do work there, etc. So I want you aware of this reload thing that you're doing. And it's totally fine to go, hey, I've got 8 shots, I'm going to reload, but you got to do it because there's nothing better to be doing. You don't go, oh, I want to reload because I want to feel powerful at 12 out of 12 again. No, that's not what we're doing. We're going, hey, I'll reload because I have to be behind cover for a moment where they lose sight of me, or I'm reloading because there's actually nothing going on and everyone's full health, etc. You are delaying time that you can provide value by reloading, and it's better to go, because once you start stacking reloads, that's a tick of time, a tick of time, a tick of time. And, you've wiped out 8, 9, 10, 15 bullets with those 3 reloads that you could have been getting stuff done during. So pay more attention to your reloads. Ana's reload isn't super, super long, but it does take time. It takes enough time that you can interrupt it with your abilities, as you did a couple times there. So be more aware of it. Same thing happened to your Widow up top at the end of first when, hey, you were reloading and she went down and you'd had shots in your clip that totally could have saved her, etc. It caused you to try to force the nade use, etc. So be more aware of, hey, I'm reloading when there was actually value to me using the rest of these shots getting this out. Anyway, hope that helps. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. You can see what my rates look like, connect with other people that are getting coaching, chat about Overwatch, all that good stuff. And for those of you that are watching live, I am going to do another review shortly. So if you hang around, you'll probably see me live again in about the next 3 to 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.